Yo, what is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here, and some big news from Dish and Verizon. They've been very busy with quarter two. Now, what Dish has been doing, they've been ramping up their 5G service. It is obviously not ready to launch, but they did send their website, I believe, several weeks ago or about a month ago or two, that their service is basically almost ready, up and running to go, and they are going to be deploying their 5G, I believe, late 2021 or early 2022, around right there. And they'll be and because of the whole T-Mobile merger thing, they're going to be the fourth major carrier, and we're going to see how this works out. It's going to be interesting seeing a Dish Wireless or Dish Network icon here with 5G. And they're rapidly working on this. They're focusing more on the Las Vegas area because that's where they want to deploy their 5G. Kind of interesting because that's how they're kind of copying T-Mobile, because that's where T-Mobile first started their 5G. But I don't see an issue at all. I mean, now that Dish has 20,000 towers, and I think they even have more. I'm not too sure, but now that they're working on their own service, they can start wherever they want. To be honest, we've been seeing some rapid increase and some good news that Dish has been rapidly building their service, not just in cable but their 5G as well. They're building it very heavily, especially for quarter two, and quarter three and four should be interesting for the cable service at the meantime. But they're rapidly doing pretty good right now. They're gaining a lot of customers. They're working more on their marketing. Their retail stores, it should be interesting. I'm curious how that's gonna work out, because I'm still curious how is gonna work. What phones are they gonna provide? Is it gonna be iPhones, Android, and not only that, I'm pretty sure they have to test their service. Well, they're already doing it now, but they have to add now, rapidly amp things up and check, okay, which device can support this. They're looking towards 5G devices and 5G devices only. Because I'm not sure if they have 4G LTE. I'm very curious about that with Dish. Like, they're going to start with 5G, of course, but do they have any 4G? I'm pretty sure they do, because they're going to be using AT&T service. I almost forgot about that. So they're going to be doing that for about 10 years. And so far, Dish is doing pretty good with their earnings at at least I think they're doing pretty good. I haven't had time to research that. But so far, Dish is doing really well. Their 5G should be interesting. I'm curious how they will slowly expand it. I'm pretty sure it'll take some time to expand it everywhere, because they're currently working on it, and I want to know how that will play out. Now, as for Verizon, what Verizon's doing is they're focusing on their C-band. They're focusing heavily on their C-band. They've been wrapping it up, trying to get it as early as possible. I'm hearing it's going to come out by the end of this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. As soon as C-band is deployed, I'm not sure if C-band's going to be deployed exactly everywhere. I think it'll be deployed everywhere. I mean, C-band, it sounds like a huge improvement, but we'll honestly see how they're doing. I hope they're upgrading every tower. I'm pretty sure they are. Hopefully they're replacing their backhaul. Hopefully they're replacing their outdated 4G LTE's towers, and just making everything better, honestly. And I just can't wait for Verizon to completely shut off all of their 3G towers, because the coverage app map that I have, they have so many 3G towers. The same with T-Mobile and AT&T. They have so many 3G towers, and I just wish they could do it sooner than next year, because that kind of sounds like a lot. But I honestly think it's better for Verizon to do it next year, because by the time 5G is, I don't want to say finished, because 5G is still new, so it can't really be finished. So by the time Verizon turns on C-band and does any other business model, any 5G improvements, upgrades, whatever they do, the last thing they can focus on and finally get rid of is 3G, and they'll shut off all those towers and convert them all to LTE and 5G service towers. So that means more capacity, more ultra wideband, better signal. Those towers will I'll basically have basically me and all Verizon customers will have expanded network. We'll have expanded service. The same thing with T-Mobile and AT&T. All AT&T tower, all 3G towers will be transformed into LTE, and then 5G towers. And then after Verizon is done with that, what Verizon will do is they'll start converting more LTE towers to 5G, because 5G is where we're heading at. I'm pretty sure Verizon is off to a good quarter this coming year, and after the 3G towers are done and they're turned into LTE slash 5G, they can focus on 5G more. So that's pretty much all I believe that's all they have to do. They probably have to handle more stuff, to be honest, but I don't know what Verizon's business model is. I'm pretty sure Verizon can figure it out. It's a $1 billion company, so I'm curious to see how that will work out. Excuse me. And honestly, Verizon's off to a good start. As soon as C-band is deployed, I will honestly test it out for myself, and I'll obviously break the news that C-band is finally out. And they just had Verizon they just had a good quarter. Well, scratch that. I don't want to say good quarter because I've been reading all the quarter 2 earnings coming up. I want to say they've been very very busy, very patient with what they're doing. They're doing a lot of things. C-band, Dish is finally going to be the 4th major carrier. Also, AT&T, T-Mobile, they're ramping things up too with their 5G service. I believe T-Mobile is going to expand Verizon's 2.5 gigahertz spectrum between 19,000 tower sites. So that's good to hear about T-Mobile. And also AT&T is also ramping up their 5G as well. Curious to see how all those will play out in all areas, in all locations. And from what I've been checking and reading everything out of here, all Dish, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile won't see huge growth till quarter 2 2022. The same thing with their profits. They're not going to see massive profits till quarter 2 2022. So we have a long ways to go. We have to deal with quarter 3 and quarter 4 and quarter 1 of 2022. So we have to deal with 3 more quarters and see how that plays out. And by that time, obviously C-band will be deployed. T-Mobile will be working on their 2.0 gigahertz spectrum. AT&T will be working on their 5G plus service, and also Dish will be public. Well, I mean, they're already public now, but you guys get the idea. Dish will finally be will come out as a 4th major carrier in their own 5G service, and we'll see how that plays out. So what do you guys think about this news? This is a lot of news to handle. Everyone's just so busy working on their service. I do want to point out my 5G service in my area has not improved, and honestly, I think that's okay, because 5G, like I said in many videos, it's very new. It takes a long time to improve service. Just imagine when 6G is here. It's going to take 10 years for that service to be perfect, and by that time 5G will be up and running. At least I hope. So I expect by probably December, or once C-band is deployed, or by early 2022, my whole area will be covered with 5G. And there'll still be a lot of areas that have LTE, and there's going to be many 3G services, 3G areas that just still do 3G. But by December 2022, AT&T will finally Verizon will finally decommission those, and we'll see how that plays out. So what do you guys think about all these news with Dish going on this, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile that? What do you guys think about this? Are we looking at a good quarter earnings these coming future? Who do you think will have the fastest speeds? What areas stay in city? Let me know in the comments, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.